Hello, good evening, good evening. How are you all doing? Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on what time you are watching me from. How are you doing? I hope you're doing fine. I hope your week so far has been awesome. Let me know if you are there. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for spreading the word. Thank you for helping us to do what we do best. Thank you all. A big shout out to all my wonderful people out there, both on Facebook, on YouTube, and on TikTok. I really appreciate all of you. Thank you for keeping us going, keeping the vibe going. Thank you. I appreciate you all. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Help us to do what we do best. Help us to spread the word. We are live. We are back on track. And we are continuing with our 10 P's. Remember, we've been doing series on these 10 powerful pillars that will help us in our personal growth, in our um, leadership development, in every area of our lives. We need them. And I titled it The 10 Powerful Pillars, the 10 P's. They are awesome pillars. So far, we've seen five of them, and today we are going to see the sixth. So we've seen so far principles, we've seen passion, we've seen purpose, we've seen preparation, and we've seen progress. And today we are going to see what? Patience. That's our sixth P. Patience. Good evening. If you're out there, let me know you are out there. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you all. I see you. I see you. Michaela Chi, I see you. I see you all. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. And we are going to continue with our we are going to continue with our series on the 10 powerful pillars. I have this book ready. The book is in the final stage, so when it's out I will let you know. This book that I have titled the living the P code, living the P code, a workbook for intentional growth, because life is about intentionality. You know, last time we saw progress, and progress does not happen in a vacuum. It doesn't also happen by chance. It happens by being intentional. And life is by design. You design your life. If you live life by chance, uh, well, let me just say that then life will what? Leave you. And life is not meant to leave you, you are meant to live life. So this what I'm doing here and these tools that I'm bringing to us is part of the tools, is part of the instrument, is part of what we can use to help us live life. Obviously, it's not all. There is always more, but it's part of the tools. So when the workbook is out, and I am hoping and praying in the next 2 weeks that it will be out, because we have really finalized things. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Two Water. Thank you so much. Wow, I appreciate. Thank you so much, Two Water. I appreciate you. Be blessed. Thank you so much. So these wonderful pillars are to help us, to develop ourselves, to grow, because life without growth, you can't just life without growth is just wishing I don't know what upon yourself. Life is all about growth, and we grow in different ways. We grow in different dimensions. So growth is not only a linear. Last time I said that progress is not only in linear. So life is not also that, growth is not that. We grow in different ways, in multi-dimensional ways. And that is what we need to have in mind when we are dealing with the P code. The P code, which really 10 powerful tools, I call them. We know them. We know them, but we take them for granted. We know them, but sometimes, what is it in something like principles? We're like, well, principles, what is it? But without principles, like I have established, I hope, principles are the foundation. Without your foundation, you are baseless. You need principles. You need to stand for something. They need to know you for something. And so your foundation is so, so important. When you are building a house, you can't just start building without laying foundation, right? And principles are those things, what we need to build our foundation. That is what we need. I mean, if I'm to ask, how do people know you? How are you going to define? You know, how are you going to define how people know you? You might say, well, some say I am this, some think of me like that, some say this, and some say that. In all of it, if people know you in different ways, and none of the description that they know you actually um have some commonality or something in common in them, then something is wrong. Then it means you are living a complete different life with different people. So that means you are not one. And the whole essence of you becoming and you growing is to become one. You need to be one with yourself. You need to be one. And no matter which role you are playing, well, either you are playing a father role, a husband role, a wife role, a mother role, a sister, brother, whatever role you are playing, there should be something that people will identify you as. This is common. This is something we know about this person as common. Now, as a father, obviously your children will know you in a slightly different way, but there still has to be something about you, the person, that is still what? Common to them. If that's not, then I invite you this evening to take time to please, please go over your life. Take note of some things so that you will work out the things that you need to work out and be what? One. Be one with yourself. Because without being one with yourself, you cannot expect others to what? To accept you. You can't expect others to know you. You can't expect others to love you because they actually don't know you. That's just the honest truth. They don't know you. They don't know who you are because you are different person to different people. So on this journey of growth, on this journey of self-development, on this journey of self-manifestation, you need to know self. You need to know who is self. What are you manifesting? What are you manifesting? What are you bringing out? So you need to know self. And for you to know self, it is better that you are able to identify who you are. And these 10 P's are part of the instruments that you can use to help you in your personal growth. Like I said, I started with principles and then what? Move on to passion and then purpose. I've really explained them quite a lot in the previous sessions. So please, if you can take time to go through them, they will really help you. They will help us all. Go through them. I've gone through them several times. Now we have done our, preparation. We've come to progress. And this is the sixth pillar. The sixth pillar, the sixth powerful key that I believe we all must have on this journey of life. Life is a journey. My bad. I did not introduce myself. This is how passionate I am. I am so passionate about what I do. I am so intentional about it that I even forgot to introduce myself. My name is Helen Aya. For those that don't know me, and please, if you do, thumbs up. Let me see you. If you don't, thumbs up as well. Let me hear from you. My name is Helen Aya. I am an executive coach, an educator. I wear many hats, but all the same. And yeah, my aim is to help us be, or at least become whom we are destined to be, because I strongly believe that in each and every one of us we have hidden potential. We are blessed with so many treasures that we still need to discover, so that it will help us to be whom we need to be. If you're not who you are, it becomes difficult. Life becomes difficult. And it's important that you go back to the core of who you are, so that you can fulfill your life's assignment, which is your purpose. Yeah. We've defined it several times. Our life assignment is what? Purpose. So when you discover your purpose, you will be able to discover the skills that you need, the gifts, the talents that you have or need to discover or need to develop to help you fulfill this purpose. So if you don't know me, that is who I am in a nutshell. I invite you to please go over my other videos, follow me on the different platforms to know more about me and what I am all about. If you go through my post, you will also know what I am all about. I believe strongly that we are created for a purpose. Life is not just meant to live anyhow, but to fulfill a certain assignment. And we are all blessed with that, none exempted. All of us, no matter how small, it is meant to bless each and every one of us. So you are welcome. We are going to dive into the 6P of our powerful tools, which is patience. 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 Oh my goodness, patience. We know it. We are like, some of us are like, oh, patience. It's so boring. We have to wait. That means we have to wait. That means we have to, slow down. Well, patience is actually not boring. It's not the boring pillar, it's not the boring key. It is actually the quiet, powerful key, because we rush through things most of the time and it ends badly. It really ends badly. So, patience is not that boring key, but it is really, I say, a weapon and a defense. Patience is a weapon and a defense. You know, there is something in patience that when someone understands this key and know how to use it, it becomes a very powerful weapon. At the same time, also it becomes a defense. The weapon, it's a weapon that you can use when everything else seems like it's going sideways. When you are patient and you study, patience and you wait, patience, not just being idle, because that's where some people confuse patience with, like, oh, it means I just have to keep quiet, fold my hands and do nothing. That's not what patience is all about. And I hope by the end of this journey, or by the end of this evening, you will realize that patience is more than that. Patience is that weapon. When you understand the power in it, it can unlock a whole lot of doors. It can unlock a whole lot of opportunities. Because remember, when we're dealing with preparation, I said sometimes we think that, when we talk about miracles and breakthroughs, that they just happen. No, they don't just happen. They happen when preparation meets opportunity. When preparation meets opportunity. Now, if you lack this powerful key of patience, in your preparation period, you will miss a lot. In your preparation time, you will, because in that time also you need this, you need patience. You need patience because if you do not apply this key both as a weapon and as a defense, you will make a whole lot of mistakes. You will make a whole lot of mistakes, and there are some mistakes that we don't have to make. There are some mistakes we have to avoid them at all costs. And that's where this powerful weapon, patience, comes in. Now, what is patience? I said patience is not something that, we say it is boring, it is this, it is that. Patience is not that. It's also not just, the boring this thing of waiting, I'm waiting, I'm waiting. No, it's not that as well. It's not that. So it's also not always glamorous. I know, like I said, people think, oh, it's so boring. No. Why do people think it's boring? Because patience doesn't come with all this firework. When we talk about progress, people are like, oh yes, because at least with progress you see something. You see results. In progress, you don't always see results either when it comes to real progress because you progress in different ways. So you don't always see results either, but you can never progress without having this key patience as well. You can never progress without having the the key, this powerful tool, patience with you. You need it. You need it. Thank you so much, Milda. You are welcome. Thank you. You need it. You need this powerful key called patience. And we are going to unpack it. What is it? Can any of you maybe can you drop, you know, a heart in the comments, or just like say I have or I haven't, just mention something. If you have ever struggled with patience, where you had to be patient with something, but you're like, okay, I can't wait. I'm struggling with this. Has any of you ever been in that situation that you had to be patient, you had to wait, and you had this? Thank you, X. Thank you so much. And you had this, um, yeah, you didn't know. You don't know how to. You're like, it's taking long. I'm laughing because I'm thinking about my son. You know how children are when they have to wait a little bit for something. He would just be like, oh, mama, it's taking so long. It's taking so long. When maybe it's just 5 minutes that he has to wait. It's taking so long. So 5 minutes to some seems like eternity. 5 minutes to some seems like eternity. But that's not what I'm talking about. Because remember, this life that we are on is a journey. And on this life journey, you will come across a whole lot of situations. You'll come across a whole lot of things. So if you are not willing to sit and just wait, and not just being idle, like I said, but watching, learning, picking up what you need to pick up, and wait patiently, you might miss it. Sometimes you come across, at a crossroad, and crossroad has way going, front, straight ahead, left, right, and you also have at your back another road. And you are at the junction of the crossroad, and you are like, okay, where do I go from here? Which turn do I take? If you don't stop and you are following your navigator, yes, but navigators can also make mistakes. So if you don't stop even if it is for 1 second to overlook everything and then think it through. If I take this road, this is where the arrow is saying is going to take me. If I go straight ahead, this is where I'm going to land. If I go left, that is what is going to happen. So, what should I do? And if I turn back, I go back to where I'm coming from. It's in the area of patience you start to re-strategize yourself. That's why I said patience is not idle. It's not the place that we just sit and I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting. Like, the example of my son that I gave, like, mama is so boring. I'm just waiting. No, because patience is where you re-strategize yourself, where you come over and have like you have view over the whole situation, and then start to like, okay, I am not like a master chess player. You don't rush to make the first move. Let me just see. Wait patiently to see what my opponent is going to do. And then at the same time, not just waiting, but being busy proactively, that you not only overlook, but at the same time also you are like, if this person make this move, I'll this that. So you are proactively making moves before things happen. So immediately they happen, remember, preparation, breakthrough. When preparation meets opportunity, in your patience you are preparing. So as soon as the opportunity come, you hit. That's being proactive. That's being strategic. I did a whole series on strategic thinking. Please, you can find it on YouTube as well. Please go and look into it. It will help you. You need to think strategically, and in the area of patience, that is what you do. You don't move ahead of time. You don't rush into certain decisions. You don't rush into certain things. Like, now I ask, how many of you were have struggled with, patience? And I just saw one person, indicating, but I think all of us have one way or the other. There have been situations in our lives that we were not patient enough. We were like, things cannot move fast enough. Why? Because we want things to move fast. But it is in that rush, in that moment, in that area of impatience that we make mistakes, that we make the wrong moves, that we actually open up all our cards and let the opponent or anyone else or the situation actually have its way. Now remember, life is by design. So if you want to design your life, or let me rephrase, your life is already designed for you by the master architect of all. He has the blueprints. He has the blueprint and has handed it over to you. Now, the only way for that masterpiece to come to pass is that you align yourself with the master architect. That's the only way for that masterpiece to come to pass. But for you to align yourself with the master architect, please, you need to go back to know yourself. You need to know and say, okay, and then align so that you will know this is the blueprint of my life. Sometimes it doesn't come in, let me say, a full picture. It's not. Life is not. We don't get it in the full picture. We get it in what? pieces in puzzles, pieces by pieces. So when you reach one journey, the journey ahead or the road ahead becomes clear. Before then, the road ahead was not clear. But then the road ahead becomes clear as you reach the next junction. And then the next junction, another clearer road is exposed. That is how life is. So when I say life is by design, I'm not trying to say you can at once know everything that there is to know about your life. It's step by step. And that's why patience is so important, because in that patience, you get to step by step discover all that there is about you. Step by step, you build. A house is never built at once, like finished. No, it is what? Step by step. Everything that you are building, which is your life, you need to build it step by step. And yes, mistakes will happen. You don't dwell in those mistakes. You don't try to cover up and build on top of it, because at the end of the day, then that means you have to break down everything to the level where that big mistake was made that you covered up. No, immediately you realize, there is a mistake, you need to correct it. You need to correct it to avoid serious issues in the future. So you go back, you retrace, go back, find the mistake, correct it, and then you move on. If you don't do that, you are setting yourself up for a life of failure. That's just the honest truth. And that's something we don't want. We are not made for life of failure. We are made for life of success. Success does not mean you don't fail. No, because even in failure there is success. When you learn from the mistakes, when you learn from the failures, when you learn the things that made you fail in the first place, then you are making headways. So living a life of success, that's what we are made for. That is what you and I we are made for. And that's why when things are not happening, we are so down, we don't understand. Why are things not happening? Because within you yourself, you know that things have to happen. Good evening, patience. You are welcome. See, I'm talking about you. Oh. I'm talking about patience, and patience is really what we need. So you are welcome, patience. How are you doing? Good evening. We need patience in life. Patience, can you tell us if you are patient? If you struggle with patience, because it's not because your name is Patience that automatically you are patient. So we all need to develop this, and we need to have it as a very, very, very important aspect, important tool, important instrument that we need in life. Patience. Like I said, life is like a puzzle. You discover this, then you have to uncover that, and then this, and then so forth and so forth. It's a puzzle. We don't get the full picture all at once, but it is stage after stage after stage, things become clearer and clearer to us. Clearer and clearer to us, stage after stage after stage. So if you do not take care, and if you don't have patience, if you are not patient, you are going to miss out quite a lot. You are going to miss out what? quite a lot. Now, I am hoping that, with time, we will develop this. If you don't have it, I am hoping with time you will develop it, because you realize in life, if you are too hasty, you make grievous mistakes. Exactly, exactly. Yes, not because your name is Patience, no, but at time, yes. Sometimes we are that rushy. It's just in us. We want things, fast, fast. Especially in the society that we are living today, that we are made to believe that everything is microwavable. Everything is microwavable. That you put fast and it has to come out. But life is not like that. Life is not micro. We should stop this illusion thinking that everything is fast connection, and it should be on our table, or we should get that connection, or we should be there. If you are not willing to go through the process, and especially the refining fire that is needed for you to move from one stage to the other, then forget it. Forget about life, because life is not for the swift. Life is not for the swift, Bible has said it. It is also not for the most knowledgeable. You can be knowledgeable, but if you do not have insight and foresight in your knowledge, which is understanding, deeper understanding, and wisdom in how to apply that knowledge, you miss it. Life will not happen for you. So you have a lot of people that can speak grammar, can, speak a whole lot of words, but they miss the depth of the meaning. And so life does not work for them because they are not using their knowledge. They lack the understanding. And so they can't use it. They lack the patience as well to go through the process. They think just knowing is enough. Knowing alone is not enough. Knowing alone is not enough. If it were, we would not be advised to get understanding. If knowing alone, yes, if knowing alone is not in is enough, we will not be advised. We will not be advised to what? Get understanding. And getting understanding is getting, deeper insight in that knowledge. So being knowledgeable is one thing, but having insight in that knowledge, having foresight, and foresight is being able to see further than just today, further in the knowledge. What is it? What is the consequence of my choice today? Most of us make choices, but we don't think them through. And that is where the area of patience will help you. Before you make a choice, you need to sit and think. Choice A will lead me to where that. The example that I gave, being at the junction, you need to realize if I take the road on my left, it's going to lead me here and here and here. And this is where I'm going to land. Is that where I want to go to? Is it going to bring me closer to where I'm going to? If I take my right, it's going to that direction. Is it also getting me closer to my destination? If I go ahead, I am going to meet so and so and so and so and so. Is it where I am headed? And if I return back, I'm going back to where I came from. Why do I want to go back? You need to think things through, and that happens in the area of patience. How many of us, please be honest though, how many of us have been into a situation and instead, afterwards, you realize If you were just a little patient, maybe you would have avoided a lot of mistake. I mean, if you just waited a little bit, or if you just asked one more question, or if you just had taken the time to speak to A, B, and C, maybe, you know, things would have happened differently. I don't know, but I have been in a situation like that, that I have like, okay, I took a step too early. Maybe if I had waited a bit, that wouldn't have happened. And I learned from it. And so now what I do really is I sit on things, maybe a bit too long, but just to make sure I am not taking the wrong decision. I am not making the wrong choice. Why? Because I have learned from being rushy. We become this rushy when we act on emotions, when we allow emotions to lead. Then you become very impulsive. You decide based on feelings. But we should not allow emotions to lead us. We should not allow feelings to dictate for us. You will always make mistakes. You know why? Your feeling might be telling you A, B, and Z, but that's not reality, because feelings move, they go and come. And the reality will tell you a different thing. So having that patience, that moment of waiting a bit and overseeing things before you make a move will help you avoid harding on. It will help you avoid, I wish I could turn back the time. It will help you avoid, maybe, maybe I should have just spoken to my neighbor, or I should have spoken to my sister, or I should have said that. You will avoid all this, had I known, I should have, could have, all that. You would have and will avoid them with a little bit of patience, a little bit of pause, wait, not being impulsive. Hey, one, me. I know some people that if by small chance, by mistake, oh my Lord, they will dress you from head to toe, all based on emotions. And then at the end, we will be so sorry, because then they realize, oh, the situation was not as I thought. I'm so sorry. But then the damage has already been done. The damage has been done. So patience is so important. You know, one thing about patience, it opens doors also to a lot of possibilities, because in that tiny space of rushy decision and just patiently waiting, there is someone that can recommend you for that. Remember, I said that your character can open doors for you or close it. When you have patience as character, it can either open doors for you, and when you don't have it, close doors for you. Patience is so important. It's a silent power. It is a weapon, and at the same time also a defense. Because in that time that you think you are rushing to take a decision, if you take time, you realize the error that you have avoided. It's a defense. It's a defense. Someone is insulting you and you feel like, I need to react, I need to react. And the moment you react, something happens. You destroy your chance. In the moment you react differently, you show actually how powerful you are. I thought I thought about this when I was dealing with meekness. And patience is an attribute of meekness. It's an attribute of what? Meekness. It is not stupidity. Mm-mm. It is not it. A meek. Sometimes I think meek people are weak. Meek people are no, no. Meek people are very strong because it takes a whole lot of power, a whole lot of energy to tame something as powerful as your will. Do you know? Because left to you, your will, you want to do something, but you need to hold back. You need to move, you want to, but you need to control yourself. When you have mastery over self, you are powerful. When you have mastery over self, you are powerful. You are powerful when you have mastery over yourself, which means over your emotions, which means you can sit and think before making a decision. You can analyze, you can reflect before you move. Patience help you with all that. So patience is not just being there and being idle and not knowing what to do and just no. You wait, you watch, you learn, you progress, you reflect, you analyze, you move. Again, the same. I don't know who if how many of you are familiar with the game, the chess game. I love it so much, though I can't play it. I can't play it. I have to be honest. But I love the the mind, the thinking behind it. I love it so much that my daughter has taken it over. She's quite a why it's a game that you need to be very strategic. It's a game that you need to think ahead. It's a game that you need to study your opponent to know their moves. It's a game that you really develop patience. I'm not saying we should approach life as a game because life is not a game, but there are skills that we can learn to help us in our journey. There are skills, characters, attributes we can acquire, we can build to help us in life, in our personal development, in our leadership roles. I said that we are all leaders one way or the other. You are a leader one way or the other. Whether you are the eldest sibling, whether you are, in school, whether you are in wherever you are and whatever you are doing, you are a leader. Because where you are and what you are doing, you need to be, you need to have control over that. You need to take leadership position over there so that you can be able to move ahead, so that you can be able to make a difference there. We are all leaders one way or the other. You are a leader in this role and you are a follower in that role. That's what life is. We cannot all be leaders in everything and at all times. No. You are a teacher in one thing, you are a student in one thing. That is how it is. So if you want to understand life, you need to really understand the principles in life. Understand the principles in life and realize that life happens to those that understand it and are able to have insight and use it well. If not, life will not happen for you. If not, what? Life will not happen for you. So you need to be not only knowledgeable, deeper understanding, and have wisdom. Patience is wisdom. Not allowing emotions to lead, not allowing yourself to be, how should I say it, easily influenced by situations. Things are happening. You're like, oh yes, I'm going to do this because it is the happening. Please don't do things because it is the happening. Don't do things because it's just trending. Why are you doing it? What is your aim for doing it? Not just because it is trending, not just because it is happening. Think things through. Think things through. Now, I want to ask us a bit of a question. I have established that patience is not boring, it's not stagnant, it's not passive. Patience is really active. Quiet, yes, it has to be quiet, otherwise, it's not patience. So, quiet, but definitely not passive. Patience is in the process, it is honoring your own pace, not the pace of the other. Like I said, it is not for the swift. Life is not for the swift. So your pace and my pace and the pace of Sister B are not the same. So it is honoring your own pace, your own timing, and taking the time to be grounded. Now, when you are being grounded, it doesn't move as fast as we want it. Remember the example that I gave of a tree or some seeds? Or let's take the bamboo tree, for example. The first take time to grow deep, deep down in the ground. It takes time. Sometimes you might think, oh, nothing is happening, the seed is not growing, something's, but because it is taking time to what? Have a stronger root, be grounded. And then you see it overnight shoot up and you think it just happened overnight. Somebody just put it there and overnight it grew. No, but that's what patience does. You are quietly, silently working, being grounded, growing deep. And then at once you shoot up and things begin to happen, and people will be wondering, what's going on? Where did this person come from? Have you, I don't know, have you ever experienced that? I have. Now, some people will be just asking, where did this person come from? Like, where, what happened? Well, it's not all of us that, make noise. It's not all of us that, you know, I don't know, with the smallest thing we are out. Sometimes it's good to take your time, be grounded, learn, go through the refining fire, go through the process. Be silent about it. And yes, those ones that you need to be noisy, you are noisy because you already have them. You're already there. You can be noisy over them because you know what you are doing, you know what you are saying. You've been through the process while you're going through other process as you are growing, as you are maturing. So it is not a one-time thing. Patience is something that we need all through. In fact, all these 10 P codes, we need them all through. That's why I say they are powerful keys. They are powerful keys. Now I can make noise about them because I have taken the time of preparation and being patient and sometimes doubting, do I say it now, do I bring it now, do I, you are so excited about something, like, patience, calm, the right time. And so when the right time is there and you're doing something, some people will be wondering, where did this one come from? But that's what patience does. You take the time to go down, to be grounded. So when you are shooting up, you are just going, and nothing can bring you down again except yourself. Nothing can bring you down again except what? Yourself. Good evening, Shamim. How are you doing? Thank you for tuning in. It's been a while. Nothing can bring you down except what? Yourself. So patience is so powerful. Please never mistaken it again to be boring if you used to, or unnecessary, because in this life, when it comes to personal development, when it comes to leadership role, when it comes to all round your life, you need patience. You need it one way or the other. You need to sit some things through. There are some situations that you cannot rush through them. You can't. Because if you rush through them, what you are going to meet, it will swallow you, because you were not well prepared, you were not grounded. So there are some situations you just have to be patient in all. You need patience. Again, patience is not being idle. Patience is not being passive. Patience is not sitting there and some of us praying that things happen. Now, I am a fervent believer and I pray, and prayer is everything. We need to pray without ceasing. But at the same time, praying without working is also what? Meaningless. Faith without work. So you can have faith, but if you are not working according to your faith, then it is what? Dead. It is dead. Please, let's take things seriously. We have everything already stated for us in the good book called the Bible. Yes, I see you. Thank you, dear. We have it all stated in the good book called the Bible. Faith without work is dead. So praying and waiting, yes, patiently, yes, but you are not idle in that. It's not moving ahead. No, 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 no. You need to know what to do. Work. Be patient in it, but work. Because things cannot just happen out of nothing. I mean, it can't. Nothing exists out of nothing. That's one thing I just don't get it. How scientifically, otherwise, how we can explain how something can come out of nothing. I mean, I don't get it. But somehow some people believe that to work, and I still can't wrap my limited mind around it. How can something come out of nothing? It can't. It's not possible. It's not possible. So don't let us just, wait, sit, and be waiting for something to come out of nothing. It won't work. It has never worked, and it won't work. What we call miracle, like I said, miracle happens. God can touch us and make you situation, but it's because your expectation was there. There was something. Expectation was there. You were not just there idle. There was something. Preparation meets opportunity, miracle, breakthrough. So let's just not take things for, granted. Be patient. I'm going to give us some assignments. I want to know from you, please. If you can write it out, if you can't, just for yourself, think this through. Are you in a situation right now that you have to wait? Like you are forced to wait for something or working through something that you really need to wait. If you are, if you can feel free to share, or you can write it down for yourself. What is it in your life right now that you are working on, excuse me, that requires you to wait? That's question number one. Question number two: how do you usually respond when things take longer than expected? Like, are you the type that after 5 minutes of wait, you're like, I can't wait? It's taking too long. You move, you do what you want to do. Are you the type that, how do you respond? And what is for you long? Because, like I said, time is relative. Time is relative. So it depends on what you see as long. Write it down for yourself. This is very important. Don't forget, this is a coaching session. So write it down for yourself. The things, one, what are you working on that you have to wait, or that requires you to wait? And two, what do you do, or how do you usually respond when things are taking a bit longer than expected? It's only you that can answer that. Be honest about it. Answer clearly to yourself. What do you usually do? Because if you answer these questions, you will realize that there is a certain pattern. When you notice a pattern, that is what you need to work on. That is your invitation to see, oh, okay, I've noticed this pattern. Is it a good one or a bad one? And do I need to change it in order for me to move forward? In order for me to do what? To develop or to build new skills, new attitude, new attributes, new whatever it is that you need to build new. When you answer this question honestly, it will help you. Then the third question: what's one area of your life where patience has actually paid off? Like, you wanted to rush, but you waited and it paid off. You can write it down. If you want, you can also share it with us. What is the one area of your life that it has actually paid off? Let us know. Let us know. So, like I stated before, in both leadership and your personal growth, patience is really what makes the difference. It makes the difference between reacting and responding. It makes the difference between getting the right response or the wrong response. Because action leads to reaction. Before there to be a reaction, there must be first an action. So there was an action, and then how did you react to that action? And that action that you react will lead to another what? Reaction. Will lead to another action. So it's very important that you take the time and reflect in being who you are and what you do. How do you react to things? And how do you respond to things? That will tell you if you are patient enough or not. You quickly react. If you receive an email, for example, you are working, this a co-worker sent you an email or someone else, and you're like, okay, this email is I need to respond. How do you react? How do you respond? It's very important. So take the time and go over it and write them down for yourself, because this allows us to mature as a person. You mature as what? A person, as a leader, but as an individual. First, for you to be a leader, you need to, you need to know yourself. You need to be at a level of maturity. Then you move forward so that you can build a strong vision for yourself and for whatever you are working on. Remember, without vision, we are lost. Vision gives guidance. Vision gives you clarity. Vision helps you and gives you direction. Without vision, you are lost. So it will help you build a strong vision and stay committed to what you need to or what you are working on and get you the result that you need. The results are not going to be immediate. So do not look for the immediate result. That's what patience is all about, right? The result is not going to give you, it's not going to come immediately. But that's why we need patience. All right. Just remember, please, that delay is not, how should I say it? That delay is actually a development. Sometimes you need delay in life to work out some certain things. Sometimes you need delay in life to build you, to build some certain characters in you, characters such as patience. So delay is the development sometimes. And it depends on how you look at it. It depends on how you analyze it and use it. If you use delay as just staring at it and being angry and frustrated, then obviously nothing good is going to come out of it because you are what? Frustrated and angry and bitter. But if you use the waiting season as your preparation season, as your season of shaping you, as your season of building you, as your season of um, getting the necessary skills that you need, getting grounded, your perception becomes different. You realize it's not just a delay. It's not just what? A delay, but it is a preparation season, a skills that you need. So I want you to have these tools before we end. You know, if you need or you are in a situation that you're like, I need to be patient, I need to be patient, I don't have it, please just take the time, breathe through before reacting. Like that email I said, or message, or whatsoever that you received that wants to prompt you to react immediately, just pause, breathe, breathe through it. Don't react immediately. Just breathe before reacting. That pause alone will help you to maybe read again to have a different interpretation than your initial, oh, let me react. So breathe through it. Then I want to invite you also to journal your progress, write things down. We don't do it enough. If you want to know who you are, if you want to align with self and then align with your making, you need to journal things. You need to journal your progress. Journal what? Your progress, not your results. Sometimes we are quick to write our results. Oh, this is what I achieved, this is what I achieved, but you don't write down the progress. You don't write down what you did to achieve what you achieve. And it's the progress, the process that is so important. So write them down. Write down the process, what you went through to help you. Because that's what you need at the end of the day. If you are to redo things over again, to reproduce the results that you got, you need to know what you went through, what happened that you were able to do what you did. So please take time to write things down. Celebrate small wins. It's not in the big wins. No. Celebrate the small wins. Oh, today I said I'm going to wake up early and I woke up early. I said I was going to do this and I did this. Yes, they are small wins. Celebrate them. Just don't let it get too much in your head, and don't become, how should I say it? Uh, so comfortable with that. No, you celebrate the small wins and you continue to build on them, because those are the ones that gives you what? The rewards. And those small wins should help you continue building up on those small wins. Like, okay, let me continue with this new routine that I discover that is giving me these small wins. Celebrate them and trust also in the divine timing. Trust in the divine timing. I wrote there that, anointing and appointment are not the same. And your divine timing, that you have a gift, that you have something you want to, share, awesome. But it might not be the right time to do or to share it yet. So trust in the divine timing to help you, to guide you, because that is what makes all the difference. If you move ahead of time, your impatient can lock doors for you. It can lock doors. But if you wait and walk in the divine time, doors will be open unto you. Opportunities will come your way. It might not always be easy, which is normal. It's not because it's the divine timing that everything will go smoothly. There will be challenges here and there, but they are also part of what? The training tools to help you, the pruning tools that we need to help us develop as we move ahead. All right. So I'm going to close with this. And I'm just hoping that we've learned one or two things, that we've been able to capture one or two things, that patience is not stagnant. Patience is not just waiting, it's not idle. Patience is very, very much active, very, very much, being proactive, not only being active, but being proactive, and very, very much powerful. It's not something that we should ignore. It's what makes a difference in a lot of things. So it's not a weakness, it's a wisdom. Patience is what? It's wisdom. It is wisdom. You apply it when you need to apply it. When you need to be patient, you just swallow your pride. That's why I said it takes a lot of strength to tame something as powerful as the will, because it means you need to buggle up. Your ego needs to calm down. Everything about you, just so that you are looking for what is ahead of you, not what is behind you or what at the moment you will gain. You are looking for what is ahead of you. But what you will do at this moment will determine what will come or what is ahead of you. So patience is so delicate and so important. It is wisdom. Do not just be careless with patience. So tonight, I invite you, please honor your pace, honor your timing, trust your path, because we are not on the same path. We are not on the same, our destinations are not the same. And remember, patience is your secret power. It is the weapon, it is a defense, it is your secret power. So God bless you all. I call you, please help us, continue to spread, so that others will hear this. And you never know, we never know who this message will resonate with. And even if it is one person, I just pray and hope that you connect, and that it helps you on this journey of life. I love to hear your story. You can share it with me. You can send me message, DM me. Anyhow, just let me hear from you if you've been blessed. Thank you so, so much for tuning in. Next week, I'll be coming your way once again. I come once a week live. I'll be coming once again your way next week by the grace of God with our 7P, which is another powerful tool. But until then, I'll see you next week. Take care. Thank you so, so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all of you. Be blessed.